Is every shock jock.
Weenie in the butt.
Weenie and the butt. Welcome back to Peenie and the Sluts.
Dingo and the baby.
Where? Dingo. Mandingo and the baby.
It violates not only laws, but social conventions.
It's bad. Said, heard, observed. Just
Mandingo and the baby. People are annoyed that we let a black man around a baby. They have the wrong priorities. Blah, 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 blah.
It's the 20s. 20s.
I thought you were going to do a different radio show that was like, it's the Twink and the Dingo.
Well, I was going to try and do something classy and like really class up the podcast for a moment, and then I decided to be just horribly racist, as bad as I could possibly get, if we're being totally honest.
People of any race don't deserve rights.
Oh, okay, yes. I'm Connor Ford, and I believe these opinions.
You got to be like blank. Not white, blank.
D, all of the above. Who caused segregation? Bad people. I don't know what I think it was.
I think segregation was caused. Asian people made white people do it. Fight it out in the comments, ladies and gentlemen.
Go ahead and fight it out in the comments.
Folks, we get a little controversial on this show, but you're always welcome to fight it out in the comments. We like to listen to all points of view, including Nazis, and almost Nazis, and sort of Nazis.
But nobody else. That's all the point of views we recognize as point of views.
All right, Joe Rogan already exists.
Got him.
There was literally a guy on Joe Rogan that was like, they have a crime gene. And Joe Rogan was like, huh.
Oh, my God.
Oh, what's that about? I love to learn. Oh.
Joe Rogan, when somebody comes on with stuff that he disagrees with, he vehemently disagrees with it. But sometimes it'll be like something that's obviously wrong, and it'll be like, well, let me play along for a little bit.
Let me tease out the...
But why is it, it's actually your stance right now for bow hunting is wrong. He's like, whoa, fuck you.
Because that's what Joe Rogan cares about.
Yeah.
He's looking at someone who's drawn a cross with 3 little ticks that make it clearly a swastika, and he's like, well, I like to hear people out. Let's see what he draws next. And then it's a swastika.
It's another swastika.
I was talking the other day about how I hate Alex Jones so much because he is like helping fascism, but I do admire him as an entertainer.
I think that the best thing he could possibly do is he's like, all right, we're finally going off the air. Gotcha. Bye. That'd be wild.
I think he should not even tell people he's doing it. He should just transition from right-wing insanity to just straight insanity. Just become George Norrie.
Did you see the clip of Tucker Carlson saying, why don't we, these gigantic corporations profited off of the pandemic, why don't we go after them for taxes? Why don't we get that?
Good idea,
Tucker Carlson literally said that.
Yeah.
And everybody's like, what?
Well, the thing about fascists is they talk like socialists, and then they say another thing.
That's a good point.
Oh, I mean, there's
you know why we don't do that? Because
they're paying you, Tucker.
Yeah. Kylie, can you come here, or can you give me the top to this Circle brand water bottle? I don't know where the refills are.
That's not how you spell circle.
But it is how you spell the brand. I don't know where more of these are.
Why do you need more of them?
With caffeine, please. So the way that the Circle brand water bottle works is it gives you flavor out of the fucking weird spout in the top. Flavor and caffeine. And this one is empty because it is cranked all the way to 10, and it tastes like water still.
Every time I speak to you, I feel like Dennis Leary.
I'm very what? Well, I just hang on. I gotta make sure it's got caffeine.
This is a fucking cartoon.
It's pretty great. I'm all peach mango.
Go to drinkcircle.com if you're a douche and know how to spell it. Pro tip: you don't know how to spell it.
Mocha iced coffee. I do not want that one. I want a fruity one. I like them fruity. Flavored beverage mix. This is the crinkliest podcast we've ever put on.
It is very crinkly.
You got me? I get you, boo. This
is ridiculous. You understand this is ridiculous.
Yeah. We got enticed by ads. There's an ad going around on TikTok now of an orb that is like kind of a helicopter orb that you throw it and it comes back to you. You throw it in the air, and it like
and it
levitates for a
returns?
second and return. Yeah, like a boomerang. And I was that close to buying it before I was like, no, it'll break in 5 minutes. They're getting me.
I would respect you more if you bought that instead of this stupid water bottle.
Oh, this is so I can just chain drink caffeine without shitting my pants 24/7. So it's got caffeine in here, so I can drink this all day.
Do meth.
And no, you're thinking of Diet Pepsi, you fucking psychopath. The only one was the mocha. You can talk.
Grape.
Oh yeah, grape's fine.
No, I think that's the one you've been drinking.
Oh, this doesn't have caffeine though.
Yeah, there are no more. Just the coffee ones.
All
Did you
right,
bring
guys,
the
we got to
coffee?
go on an extended adventure to get caffeine now. Come with us as we try to find, as we walk past several aisles full of coffee and caffeinated soft drinks to find a little white circle.
Oh, just so we're clear, you cannot buy this in stores.
Yeah, I kind of assumed.
You want to try it? I'm not going to change it out yet. I'll call you in a moment when I do.
What if you put for reference, audience? There's a part of the circle top that goes down into the water bottle that's vaguely phallic. So of course I shall ask, what happens if you put it in your butt?
Your butt tastes coffee. You can chain drink coffee through you could butt chug coffee all day without crashing.
I'm worried you have one in your butt.
I'm sitting down, so I can't because there's a gigantic fucking part that does not.
There
fit
is.
in, but
It would be.
It is butt safe.
It's a safe butt plug. It's got the thing on the end.
it's butt safe.
It's
That's not
flared.
That's not a. Well, so are I have come to a conclusion that a lot.
You have what?
I have a cock in my ass. That a lot of the butt safe things, a lot of the ones that like, oh, that's not butt safe,
Butt safe.
or whatever, is because it's so big, nobody expects you to get to the base of it. So they're like, it's butt safe, but then some guy
He's like,
gets
contraire.
for false. It's like it's the size of a fire hydrant. There's no fucking way. It's got to be butt safe. And he's like, I will go to the hospital
No,
to
sir.
prove you wrong.
That's why they started putting balls on dildos.
Yeah. No.
Which is elegant. Elegant solution, dildo makers.
But, like, if you get a horse dildo, you shouldn't have to put balls on it. But some dude was like, no, I'm going to prove you wrong and straighten the entire length of my colon. Essentially what
People really are amazing.
I mean,
The human body sure is, well, malleable.
my new favorite thing is to say that we need another plague. And everybody's like, but we have. And I'm like, yeah. Just get super serious. Yes.
We need another one, and we need to do even less about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know how many fucking people there are? We had a plague and barely did anything about it, and there's still too many.
Yeah, I know. What happened to... Well, it's because medicine got better.
No, there's just so many fucking people.
Well, both.
We had a plague where thousands upon thousands of people died, and
About
there's
a mil?
still, and
Cool
we're
mil.
still
That's
overcrowded.
0.3% of the population or something like that.
0.33, I think. Isn't it 300 million?
Yeah, I think a million. How many Americans died from COVID? Google.
I don't know.
Jamie, bring it up.
Jamie only brings up videos of moose fighting people.
Mm-hmm. Which is what he should do. Just so. Oh, god damn it! I'm not responding to that. That's not my problem.
It's not me, so I approve.
I want to blow off comedy tonight so bad and just fucking take a nap, but I won't because I am straight.
1.4 million.
1.4 million. So that's. Yeah, I think that's 0.33% of the population. Come to think of it.
No, a million would be 0.33. Because
Okay.
that's a third.
So I guess it's point.
I don't know, 0.4 maybe?
If you call it 1.5, it'll be easier because that's divisible by 300 million.
Is it?
1.5?
Is
Well,
300
million is divisible by 1.5 because 1.5, two
Again.
of those is a 3.
Mm.
Yeah, so it's more divisible, I guess.
So,
It might be there might be a decimal in there. I think it's 0.5. It'd be 0.5 or 0.05.
what?
Is it 3? Yeah, no, it'd be 0.5.
Pi? I'm too hungover for
Yeah, I was
math.
gonna say.
I was a
usually
math major
you're
for
so fucking good on the math, and I'm like, I'm beating you in math today.
I am
The
a
Asian
level
kid
of hungover.
has been
that is-
taken down a notch.
I'm a level of hungover that counts as its own type of intoxication.
You are dressed exactly like a trucker right now, with Truck 2 as your hat.
Fire truck 2, though. Is what that refers
That's
to.
not what it says, though. Just says Truck 2.
I do dress. I dress and, well, I just dress like I have a real job.
Mm-hmm.
I don't.
I make the clickety clacks for money.
That's me. I'm a button push guy. We're all just button push guys now.
Wee.
Welcome to the future.
Welcome to Ted Danson's butthole. It's pretty great.
I mean, probably.
Yeah, I know. Ted
He's
Danson.
pretty rich. He seems to have aged well.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did that sound like I was joking? No, I'm being serious. It's amazing.
Ted Danson's butthole. A better future than most of us.
Yeah, no, for real. Unless you are Jeff Bezos, and even him, it's a little bit like, I have all this money, but I can't buy Ted Danson's butthole.
The secret to a good butthole is getting fucking railed by Norm. That's
Norm! No. Just crying, Ted Danson. No.
No, Ted Danson liked it. Why is it every time I talk about sex, you make it weird?
Well, because
I wanted you
Ted
listen.
is way out
You
of Norm's
listen
league,
here.
dude.
You listen here.
I know you identify more
Motherfucker.
with Norm, but Ted
No,
is way out of
Norm
his
and
league, dude.
Sam fucked and they liked it. And if you say they
No.
didn't like it, you're weird.
But no, they didn't. They didn't like it.
Norm and Sam
Well,
and that
Norm loved it.
Sam liked it.
Norm was a huge fan.
Sam and Diane, fuck you. Sam and Norm.
Ted Danson is the one that smashes. That the whole show is just like, what if Ted Danson fucked? And Ted Danson's like, I do fuck.
It is like, will they, won't they? I don't know.
Of course Ted Danson fucks. Ted Danson always gets it. Just putting on sunglasses.
Ted Danson always gets his man.
Ted Danson always gets his. It's like, Ted, that's a little rapey. Now when you're this
That's
out,
what The
it's
Good
not.
Place is about, right?
Yeah, Ted
They're all
Danson.
fucking Ted Danson.
Kristen.
Kirsten Dunst, yes.
No.
It's Kirsten Dunst.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
It's not.
Yes, it is.
I'm not.
Too
I'm not that
hungover to be
hungover.
convincing.
God, what the Kristen Bell?
Bell.
No.
It's Bell.
I don't
is!
trust you anymore.
It is! You know, it's Kristen Wiig.
You have breached my trust.
No, I was fucking. It is Kristen Wiig, though, is in The Good Place.
I'm going to refrain from telling you if I believe you or not.
You shouldn't, because I'm lying. Another spider has entered the web of thinking that a different actress is in this movie.
Why does this... Wait, another spider's entered the web. First of all, that's wrong. Second of all, I know you were trying to be a spider. Why does it have a lisp?
I'm just a guy that would say that. I assume would have a lisp. Another spider has entered the web.
It's a pedophile in a van when a kid is walking down the street. It's like, another spider's entered the web. And then the kid's like, ew. And then walks away.
Would you like to buy a
Oh,
Backyardigans DVD?
No. Goodbye.
I don't want to buy anything from you, and I don't want to buy a Backyardigans DVD from everyone.
I'm 40. I'll consensually
I
fuck
fucked
you.
up that sentence so bad.
I wasn't paying attention.
Cool. No one else should either. Anyway, yeah, that's a good idea. I think if anybody's driving around town like, can you help me find my puppy? Old men should be like, I'll help you. And then fuck him.
Essentially.
I'm going to give you the old Norm and Sam treatment. Oh, no.
Did you see the Facebook thing that's been going around? We are recording, right? Oh, thank the Lord. I would just call it for the day. Let's go record shopping. Fuck it off.
Yeah, no, fuck it off, and I'm going to buy a Talking Heads CD.
CD.
Did they even make those?
Probably, yeah.
That's a very sad item, a Talking
Talking
Head
Head
CD.
This came out after they all died.
It was... they're all alive, I think.
They are.
Just made only for Walmart. It's just there to sit in Walmart. Is what I almost said a Ted Danson CD.
Just like God intended.
A
Ted Danson CD
talking-
gets some. I'll have you know.
Well, Ted Danson CD stands for Ted Danson parentheses crossdresser parentheses slow burn parentheses enemies to lovers parentheses R-rated.
What?
That's how fan fiction goes.
Okay.
So it's a fan fiction where Ted Danson, I guess, dresses as a woman and gradually comes to love his enemy, which is basically Cheers, except for the cross-dressing part.
But that's the best part of Cheers, is the cross-dressing.
No, that's not in...
Wait
Cheers.
a second. What was I watching?
You've been watching Queers.
Not even Queer Eye, just Queer.
Queer Eye for the queer guy. Just for gay dudes that don't know how to
Just
dress.
called You're a Faggot. What?
You bitch.
This is too
Speaking of queenie...
Speaking of You're a Faggot.
Speaking of you're a faggot, you're a faggot.
I walked right into that one.
I-
Spiders.
If another spider has entered my web.
No, I haven't. God, I said it too loud again. God damn.
Just walking up to people like, you're a faggot. Another spider has entered the web. He's
What?
been fooled by me.
Oh, little does he know, I'm straight. There is no way whatever you identify as is straight.
Observe as I break this man's mind.
You're
a fucking idiot. He is now my prey. I don't like this.
Mind game continues.
I don't like this guy that I've created and brought to life with my voice.
Well, I don't think any of the characters we've ever created have been likable.
No.
But they do fuck, unfortunately.
There's that guy. There's the... I actually... Remember Cum IPA guy that we did a long time ago?
Yeah.
I actually enjoy the happy taste, and I know that they've been putting cum in them, but I actually enjoy that. I enjoy it. That brings a new flavor, and a new element to it. And I actually... a lot of people don't know this, but I like to listen to... Holland 1945, the song by Neutral Milk Hotel, but what I do is I put cum on the record, and that adds a real depth to that song that is about being in love with a dead child.
Does it sound better? Oh, it sounds terrible.
I don't think that you would enjoy it, but it's just...
Kylie, wait. I switched the thing.
You can actually hear a difference in the virility of different men. Please stop. I'm doing this voice and talking about cum, and you're more gay than I am because of that fucking water bottle.
The circle.
I'm kind of doing Seth
I know,
MacFarlane
it's
Kermit.
bad. Turn it up. See if it's better.
Turn it up?
Yeah, no, there's a setting. So we have it on 4 right now, but it goes all the way up to 10. This is what happens when you're in a relationship for too long. This is what we do for fun.
I thought I was the sad one.
We're getting into water bottles. That's what we're doing.
Oh my God. We're getting into water bottles. That should be a fucking tweet account of like settled white couple. We're getting into what are they getting in? Well, I'm actually getting into jerking off on records now, and what it does is it diffuses the caffeine into the water, and there's actually different settings. Another spider entered the web. Oh God, I'm not. If you have headphones on, take them out. Okay, you don't want this in your ears.
These guys, that's the same guy. He's just bipolar.
I've seen it like on TikTok and YouTube and shit. There's guys that are like, what are like terrible names for the 7 dwarves? And it's like shitty, farty, sucky, rapey, and Greg. And then they go, it's actually only 6 dwarves. Rapey and Greg are the same guy. And he can turn at any time.
It's a dangerous dwarf, let me tell you. The world's most dangerous dwarf. Sometimes he's rapey, sometimes he's gray.
That would have been a show in like 2004 on Spike. The world's most dangerous dwarf. This guy couldn't be cast in Pirates of the Caribbean or fucking Game of Thrones or Tiptoes, so he's on our show, and we just put knives on him, and he runs at you and your children. Tonight at 9.
Well, I'm going to get out of here.
Great job on that commercial. You've gotten a lot of people to want to watch our show. Many spiders have entered my web.
I was going to say, bad commercial. They keep getting in their car and leaving because they think they're going to get murdered by a dwarf.
By Knife Dwarf. Knife Dwarf.
At least mention somewhere in there
rolling
that it's
around and
pre-recorded.
cutting up your ankles. Knife Dwarf.
He rolls down hills and kills children in mass. Knife Dwarf.
He also kills children out of costume. Knife Dwarf. We regret hiring him.
Knife Dwarf. We can't fire him.
Knife Dwarf. He's our diversity hire now. Knife Dwarf. We're so racist we prefer a midget.
Knife Dwarf. He killed our CEO and now he is our CEO because we have Highlander Rule Company.
Knife Dwarf.
He owns Time Warner. Oh no, he's Harvey Weinsteining shit up.
Knife Dwarf. He definitely touched you inappropriately. Knife Dwarf.
What
he had to do your pussy because he couldn't reach your boobs. Knife Dwarf.
What are you gonna do about it? Knife Dwarf. He can't go to jail because he's covered in knives. Knife Dwarf.
Our society has been taken over by the supervillain known as Knife Dwarf. Tonight at 9. Oh my God, it's still the commercial. Whoa!
Knife Dwarf. Anybody who stands to him immediately gets their Achilles cut.
Another knife dwarf has entered the web.
There's only one man that can save us from Knife Dwarf. It's Rapey Spider Greg.
Hello, I'm Greg, and I enjoy to jerk off on Neutral Milk Hotel records and listen to them, but all of my records have been cut up by Knife Dwarf. So what I've done is I've taken this gun that I've come on a lot, and I've shot it at the Knife Dwarf, and it's really a fascinating way to go about it, and he is dead now.
Knife Dwarf bleeding out in the middle of the street.
Knife Dwarf now regrets all the things that he's done. Knife Dwarf
praying like hell on his deathbed. Knife Dwarf.
He's a Catholic, so all is forgiven now. Knife Dwarf.
He's in heaven and he just killed Jesus. Knife Dwarf. He is now God. Knife Dwarf. He's making millions of Knife Dwarfs.
I seem to have made an error here because when I killed Knife Dwarf, he became more powerful than I could ever imagine. I should never have struck him down.
Good.
But the thing is,
has come into my web.
The thing is, no, hold on, Greg. I'd like to talk about cum in ravioli now, which is, I don't know, you've probably never heard of this.
Millions of people
because you live in the suburbs.
Every time that you don't turn into this, I guess the name would be Spider-Man.
Another spider has entered the web, and this one's black and animated.
Oh, thank God. The only man who could save us. Rape our way out of Knife Dwarf.
Yeah, you know what? This bit's getting pretty old. We gotta rape our way out of this bit.
Rape our way out of this bit.
That's remarkably similar to the end of the short story, The Things.
Yes. Knife Dwarf. Hang on. I had one more. Knife Dwarf. He's bleeding out in the middle of the street. Knife Dwarf. Nobody can do CPR on him because they'll stab themselves.
Knife Dwarf.
Chamber, stop eating my garbage. Hey, dog.
You're a little trash dog, aren't you?
Stop.
You're a little trash dog.
You're not going to stop her, are you?
Come on.
Oh, she took the...
Yeah, she's got the circle container. Now your dog's a faggot, too.
Well, my dog was already a faggot. I did a joke about
Fag
Shiba the
dog.
other day. I was like, I have a Shiba Inu. They only come in gay.
What size would you like? Gay.
Knife.
That's probably great for the audio.
It's probably bad for the dog, come to think of it. It's caffeine.
Dog's going to have caffeine. What I like to do is I like to feed a Shiba Inu a caffeinated water bottle for faggots, and then what I do is I cook them and I just lightly braise it with my own ejaculate. I think that character used to be different, but now he's just a pretentious guy that puts cum in everything.
I'm okay with it. Yeah, he used to be like, oh, no, I like the IPAs, but...
I always wanted to have an IPA. I wanted to get the hoppy taste. I wanted the disgusting taste, but I didn't want to get drunk because I'm
this was
I'm
0.05
deeply
IPA
insane. That was originally. Deeply insane.
I would like a 0% alcohol IPA. All right, right to jail. What? Why?
I would like to have a disgusting taste in my mouth, and after I'm done drinking it, I would like to not be drunk. And in fact, I have a condition where the only thing that can intoxicate me is my own ejaculate, and so I am deeply addicted. So I sit for hours, not enjoying the masturbation, but I just need it. I've spoken to a therapist, and there's nothing. Knife Dwarf. He's not gone.
Knife Dwarf is the name of this episode, by the way.
Oh fuck yeah! I mean, it's either Knife Dwarf or Cum Guy. So let's go with Knife Dwarf.
Oh, let's go with
Dog noise.
Dog noise. Continue.
Dog noise.
Dog noise.
The only weakness that Knife Dwarf has.
Scream dog. She has supersonic screaming capabilities. Sneeze dog. Sneezing up the day and sneezing on the day. Sneeze dog.
I mean, Knife Dwarf's only weakness is dog scream.
Dog scream. Her name is Chiba, and she is a Shiba Inu.
Good punctuation, Shiba.
She's looking at you.
She did the head cock. Hello.
Oh, you just swore at her in her language.
Fighting me.
You just
Knife Dwarf, help me.
Knife Dwarf. He's busy knife dwarfing God.
Knife Dwarf, he just cut the hamstring on a fast runner. Knife Dwarf, now he's the fastest man in the Olympics. Knife Dwarf. Did you see that they're not allowed to fuck at the Olympics this year?
Oh, yeah, because of COVID rules, they're still going to
Is that why?
Yeah.
They made them like cardboard beds.
What?
So, like, if you fuck on them, they die.
What?
The beds, not the people.
Fuck.
They're gonna fuck on the floor. They're Olympians.
Or in a car, or
They're
many
the
options.
hottest 18 to 25-year-olds in
And
the
it's
world.
once
They're
every
going to fuck.
4 years too. Let them do. God, where is the Olympics this year?
Sarasota. I don't know.
Well,
I just became
it's
so
China,
sad
right?
when you asked me that for some reason.
think
I
it's
don't know why
China.
that question made me so sad.
Why is fucking so much of society is just like knife to war. So much of society is just like, well, okay, everybody does these things, but nobody's allowed to do these things. Cool? It's like, no, that doesn't make any sense.
Why?
Well, but that's what we're doing. So better get on board with it. And then the people who do get on board with it and don't question it are actual pieces of shit.
I expended a lot of energy on Knife Dwarf and Cum Guy, and I'm fucking exhausted.
Honestly,
that may have been all I had.
25-minute episode. Knife Dwarf. Well, you can have my gay caffeine-filled water bottle.
I would rather jam a caffeine plant up my ass.
I think we have one of those. All right.
Well,
dude.
let's go, baby.
You want to chew on coffee grounds like a farmer would do because you're dressed like a farmer?
I am dressed like a farmer and wish people to think that I am a farmer. But the only thing I farm is views.
Is only.coms.
Onlyfarms.com? It's just a bunch of vegetables in orifices.
Okay, that's good. That's good. Very good.
Vegetablesandorifices.com. We've got Knife Dwarf porn. We've got corn. Cornporn.com. Cornporn.com. Damn it! Is that the title of the episode? Cornporn.com?
No, it's
no. Knife Dwarf is still better.
I'm gonna do
Knife Dwarf rolling around to cut the kernels off the corn. Yeah, Knife Dwarf. Now we could make our delicious cream corn. Yeah, Knife Dwarf. He's had a face turn and now he helps us cook. Knife Dwarf!
I got a confusing series of text messages.
Are they from? Is it Knife Dwarf?
Knife Dwarf. I'm just gonna text back Knife Dwarf. Knife Dwarf because I don't quite know what's going on. Knife Dwarf. What was I gonna do? I was gonna do butt stuff. Knife Dwarf. Dog scream. Dog scream. Dog scream. I was totally gonna do something, but I forgot what it was. I was gonna do Knife Dwarf.
Just hypnotized your dog by waving my hand in front of her face, and she got confused.
She's
Then she bit me.
pretty dumb, and then also really smart. It is not consistent. Knife Dwarf. I forgot what I was about to do.
Knife Dwarf. He tried to hug someone, and they're dead now. Knife Dwarf.
Knife Dwarf.
Illegal in 35 counties. Knife Dwarf.
Just counties?
It's really not that much. It's some very rural counties. Basically, every dry county is also anti-Knife Dwarf because those are shitty places.
Bad places. I mean, that's why he's only in big cities. More people to Knife Dwarf.
Knife Dwarf rolling down State Street, taking out ankles. Yeah, Knife Dwarf. The island of Manhattan now is in wheelchairs. Knife Dwarf.
Knife Dwarf. His brother is a wheelchair salesman. Knife Dwarf.
Turns out it was all a Scooby-Doo style plot. Yeah, Knife Dwarf. Let's take the mask off of this Knife Dwarf. Oh no, it's old man wheelchair salesman. Knife Dwarf. How did he fit in this tiny costume?
Knife Dwarf. Ruh-roh Raggy. It's Knife Dwarf. He's right behind me, isn't he?
You may have to cut this out, but ruh-roh Raggy, it's a bunch of riggers.
Well, I am not losing that. That's the funniest thing that has ever been said on this podcast. And honestly, is a contender for the name of the
voice
episode.
of Scooby-Doo, I remind
It is
you.
okay to say.
I didn't
because
say it.
It's okay to say the
I don't
R
even
word.
say it in rap songs, but I say it when Scooby or Mark Twain says it.
It is the R word when Scooby says it.
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it again. You get one. Everybody gets one.
Got it.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, that's when you got to move on from because there's no. It's not. It's
Ruh-roh
not getting
Raggy,
better.
our property values.
Okay. It's not getting better than that. You got to end on the best bit, especially when it's something that offensive. We got to move on. We got to go back to Knife Dwarf and pretend that never even happened.
I do feel bad about that.
Well, you can apologize. It was too funny not to say. I stand by you for saying it. Everybody feels like a bad person, but you can't pass up that fucking opportunity,
I
man.
can't run for office.
No, you can. Were you gonna?
I was Knife Dwarf's running mate.
Well, yeah, you got to run fucking 10 feet ahead of him, otherwise you're going to get Knife Dwarf. He is the best personal trainer. Knife Dwarf. He's David Goggins' personal trainer.
Who?
Old man noises.
I'm only 25.
And I'll also die. Knife Dwarf. I won't. This is the whole fucking episode.
The thing is that Scooby and Shaggy probably wouldn't have been racist because they're hippies.
Yeah, no, they wouldn't see color because of the amount of marijuana smoke they've
also,
gone through.
yeah, they're friends with all, even Knife Dwarf.
They're fucking high all the time. You know what was the best one?
Raggy, I've been canceled.
The best one was Monster Island or whatever it was.
I don't know.
What?
I don't know.
You don't.
Velma's hot.
You didn't see
That's all I have to say.
You didn't see the movie one? It was fucking amazing. Where they all turn into cats. You should. That's like your Scooby movie. They all turn into like murderous panthers and zombies and shit.
I didn't know that had a wide release. I thought that was just that one guy that made it for me.
No, there was a whole thing. There's probably a porn category for it, man. You probably paid too much.
There's probably a video of Velma turning into a cat, huh?
Oh, it's not quite a cat. It's like a cat monster. It's like the werewolf.
Yeah, but does she still have titties?
Yeah.
I can work with it.
No nipples though.
Ah!
What's the point?
God damn it! Life without you, baby, is like tits without nipples.
Pointless.
I was working on something with suck, but I mean,
I stumbled backwards into that one, but
no, that word it's great.
But
It's great.
No, it's great. So you win one if you just talk all the time. Yeah. So if you have anything that you want us to plug on this show, which does reach actual audience nowadays, we get about an average of 50 views per episode. So we're talking to people now.
Hey, you know what? You fucking bandwagon fans. All right, our friends and my dad have been here for a couple months.
We're not allowed to talk to your
Oh wait, no,
parents
we
anymore.
wait. We gotta wait. These ones are the ones that aren't bandwagon.
We'll wait a little while. Anyways, so if you want to buy a shirt and then tweet at us, we'll promote whatever you want us to promote on the podcast, and we'll retweet you and all that shit. Just send us proof of purchase, and if you donate, send us proof of purchase. We'll retweet you. We'll say all the shit you want to. Leave a review on Apple Podcasts. We can't see those reviews, so if you leave a review on Apple Podcasts, shoot a tweet at us and say, "Hey, I left a review. What do I do?" The Twitters are at the Connor Ford and at Kellen_Frank. They will be in the description as well.
And if you have any evidence that the CIA is behind the recent protests in Cuba, also get in touch with us. I'm not a journalist, but I will tweet at one. You know what's great is this is going to be our most listened to episode because people are going to share the link on Twitter every time I say something to cancel me. But it'll be downloads.
Oh, dude, if you can cancel for that, then they got to cancel a fucking Aziz Ansari. They got to cancel Robin Williams. They got to all these people who said the N-word. They have to cancel Patton Oswalt. They have to and you did.
Who Jeremy Piven said it.
Yeah,
in Scary Movie.
So did
it was very funny.
The Jordan Peterson has said it before. Because of course he did. He's like, make your bed, N-word.
It's these young men come to me and they say, it's like I can't say it, and I think that I should be allowed to. It's like, no, you can't tell me not to say the N-word. It's like a lobster. I'm a weeping Kermit.
If Kermit was a giant fucking pussy and never got laid.
The thing is, it's ideology not to say the N-words and so on. What? Slavoj Žižek. You know Slavoj Žižek?
No.
He's like a fucking raccoon, but he's also a Marxist philosopher.
I love raccoons.
He is there. He debated Jordan Peterson, and people were sharing videos of a raccoon eating a lobster.
Oh, some of the Jordan Peterson debates are fucking phenomenal.
He is. The weird thing about him is he has like the ghost of a point about like, yeah, you should get your shit together, but then he's also like, it's like, no, you have to do capitalism.
Yeah, no, yeah.
It's like, no, I won't be nice to trans people.
Yeah, it's like, it was like making it. He stood out against making it a law.
That's not ever what was on the table.
I thought that was.
No, it was adding trans people to a civil rights law that Canada had done in like the 60s or some shit. It was like, you can't fire people for being trans.
I thought
he was like, it's like, no, you're attacking my free speech by making me call people by their names.
I thought it was that if you were, that you can sue somebody for not using the correct pronoun on like a rental agreement and shit like that.
I don't know exactly what it was because I've become much more mentally healthy and stopped memorizing shit like this.
That's a step right.
But I do remember. I hate it. I do remember that what Jordan Peterson was complaining about was very stupid. It was literally like, you need to call your students the name they tell you to call them. And he was like, it's like, no, they're attacking my free speech, and we can't even have a conversation about it.
I vividly remember him. I don't like the guy, but I vividly remember him saying specifically, if anybody asks me to call them blank, I will happily call them blank.
Yeah, so it was a very stupid thing he was doing.
Yeah, but if it is written into law, that is where I have the problem. It's not about trans people.
Okay, that's a dumb law to be worried about.
I agree with that. Any law that starts worrying about free speech I get fucking cagey about that shit.
Okay, you don't fucking have free speech. And whatever the fucking law says, guess what? If I say,
I'm not happy
about
that
you know
either.
what you can't say is kill the president, all right? I'm not saying you should kill the president.
You know what you can't say? Raggy.
Raggy, it's a bunch of conservatives.
Lobsters.
It's a bunch of fucking lobsters. It's like, no, I ordered the crab.
Can you say raggy, it's a bunch of lobsters in Jordan Peterson's voice?
It's like, rut-roll raggy, it's a bunch of lobsters, and you don't want, you could perish. And we can't even have this conversation for some reason. I think that civil rights are an attack on me.
What was his lobster fucking thing?
He was saying like, well, the thing with socialists, they want there to be no hierarchies, and it's like, no, it doesn't work. Hierarchies aren't from capitalism. Even lobsters have hierarchies.
Yeah.
It was like, some lobsters eat more than others. That's why the poor must suffer and die.
It's like, yeah, but all the lobsters are still alive and not.
There is a great genre of capitalist argument, which is absolute retardation for 20 minutes. And then the conclusion is, and therefore, it would be tantamount to slavery to give homeless people a home.
Nice.
It's like, no, they have to die, or if they don't, we don't have freedom. And I talk to these young men, and none of their homies make them bust, and they don't have a woman to do it, and we need these young men. Friends. They come to me, and they're weeping like I am all the time, and it's like, no, they don't have a government-issued girlfriend.
I think it's manly to weep, just not as much as I do, goddamn. And about the subjects that I do.
No, it's mainly to weep, not about what Matt Jordan
exactly,
Peterson
that's what I'm saying.
About.
It's like he's crying about straight white males, and I'm like, dude, we're fine.
It's like
we're not
it
good,
got a little harder to say slurs. My free speech.
It's like, no, there are way worse things. I understand that your topic is something that should be handled. Give it a minute, man. That's down the line shit.
You know what? It's fucking not.
Well, no. Once everybody gets raised to a level above white men, then white men become the problem. And it's not going to happen soon. So shut up about it now, is what I'm saying.
There are a lot of crises for lonely young men. But you don't solve them by being like, well, it's like you have to wash your penis.
I think that, also, you don't solve it by guilting them into, if you don't make your bed, you're a piece of shit. That doesn't help.
Or maybe that works, but it's so tied up with this idiotic right-wing concept of free speech, which is, I have to be able to say slurs. Also, and he's not worried about, like, who has the money to speak, who has the platform to speak.
No.
What the government itself speaks.
Also, he's essentially being like, I am concerned with suicide, but only in straight white men. That's the only type of suicide I'm concerned about. And I was like, you see the fucking problem there, dude?
It's like, no, that ceiling fan is gonna come out of the ceiling, and and that's just like the economy.
Women have the privilege of committing suicide on ceiling fans.
Because
men have to find I-beams and drill into walls.
Women are so petite, and it's not fair. And this is why the Health at Any Size movement is so damaging. Because, then you can't hang yourself. That's a new guy. A guy that's very mad about, like, fat acceptance because he's worried that people will have a hard time hanging themselves.
Mm-hmm. No. You just gotta be.
It's like, no.
the average ceiling fan holds 250 pounds. That's enough for anybody who's still considered healthy, unless you're like 6'6". But then the ceiling fan, you're gonna touch the ground anyways. So all I'm saying, you should be able to kill yourself on your ceiling fan. That's it.
That's our new belief on this podcast. If you're too fat to hang yourself by a ceiling fan, then
you're too fat to have rights.
Yeah, there you go. We should
quit saying things that we don't mean as sincerely as we say things that we very much
I
mean.
forgot what I meant. I don't even know what my opinion about Jordan Peterson is. I know he's a fucking drip. That's about it.
Yeah, no, I think that's the opinion.
I guess that's all you really need to know about him. It's
He's
like,
not-
no, you can only eat meat in your diet, and you should let your daughter decide what you eat.
The problem with him is that he has good points. But the problem...
Well, because the good points are like...
The way he's applying them are dick.
Well, the good point is that,
like, for straight white men. And so you see the problem,
but then liberals have no comeback because they can't be like, actually, things are good. Is what that's what is like America was already great. It's that shit.
Yeah,
it's things are going very badly, and the right wing is like, and it's because of trans people and the Jews. And then liberals are like, no, things are going good. So everyone's like, well, I didn't think it was trans people and the Jews, but the only people acknowledging the fact that shit's bad are telling me that I need to kill every femboy. So now I got to do it. And then, so that's why we need to be here, flirting with saying the N-word, and then saying that we should do fucking reparations.
Oh, dude, the goal of this...
Reparations already starts with an R, so I can't do a fucking Scooby-Doo thing with it.
Right.
I should be hungover for every podcast.
I'm too
my blood
powerful.
is neon purple right now, which is what I say when I'm doing good.
You're the only one who could fight Knife Dwarf in this state.
I could kill Knife Dwarf right now.
Oh, we're not doing this again. You couldn't kill a bear.
I wouldn't have to. It would be my friend.
My
blood, you audience, you can't see it. My blood is the color of that light that's on your marijuana plants.
Purple.
Yeah, but that purple.
Neon.
Purple. The purple that's in Mandy and Color Out of Space.
The purple.
That's the color my blood is when I'm really hitting my Jordan Peterson impression.
A purple that has driven many men insane. A purple that makes people be tied to the mast of a ship when they go by you.
Exactly, yeah. Because my Jordan Peterson impression is so good that they just gotta fuck.
It's essentially a siren
but
song.
You can't, boys. Sorry, I'm too busy being Jordan Peterson. It's like no, I can't take anymore. You've destroyed my bussy already. I can't do anymore. And these young men, they don't have any bussies, and that's why I have to offer mine.
That is how he would pronounce bussy. That is absolutely how it would pronounce.
There was briefly a period where people kept saying the word Babacy, referring to the Babadook's anus.
No.
He's a gay icon.
Is nothing.
There was about 6 months of the internet where it was like, the Babadook's a gay icon. This is what we're doing now. And then we all got ashamed.
As you should.
Yeah, it was bad.
No, there are kinks that should be shamed, and I will always stand
by
that fact.
And it's getting those weird long fingers in your throat.
And it's
those weird Babadook fingers.
There are some that just need to be shamed. Like the pedophiles who keep being like, it's a kink. No.
Pedophiles do want to be part of the gay community.
Oh, yeah, they do. Every week.
And you know what? Only the gay ones can.
You better be fucking boys. You're not allowed.
A lot of people have been saying stuff like, well, homosexuality, like the Greeks were doing homosexuality. It's like, no, they were fucking boys. It was a whole other type of... Our culture, sexuality is fucked up. Don't look to the Greeks. They invented olive oil for pedophilia.
Oh, I finally heard the best reason to vote against gay marriage, and it's because the gays ruined... gay sex ruined the Roman Empire. That is the only reason.
Oh, I've heard that so much.
That I will absolutely accept that as a reason because it's
this is a couple
funny.
notches to the right of Jordan Peterson. That like we're the Roman Empire.
Oh, people actually believe that?
Oh yeah.
Oh, no fucking way.
Oh yeah.
I thought it was a joke.
Well, this was like a serious argument 10 years ago.
No fucking way.
That like the Roman Empire fell because of they kept fucking boys. They all got queer, and that's what happened to the Roman Empire.
They didn't have bathroom stalls or indoor plumbing at the time.
But they fucking did. They had a lot of cool shit.
Not indoor plumbing.
But outdoor plumbing.
Yeah, that's not.
That's just shitting on the ground.
That's just shitting on the ground.
No, yeah, people say that. I mean, it's the old thing of like, why does an empire collapse? It can't be because empires just fucking do that all the time.
It can't be because capitalism is unsustainable.
It can't be because of that. I mean, literally, this is what fascism is.
No,
it's everything's going bad. It can't be because capitalism is bad. It must be because my son has blue hair.
Yeah, no, it's fucking weak. It's ridiculous.
And by the way, you stupid uncles, I'm not calling you a fascist. I'm not. Almost nobody is a fascist, but fascism is big right now.
The word or the thing.
It's like, no.
Well, there's two things from TikTok that I've been meaning to send you. Is one, I've somehow become a part of femboy TikTok, where it's a super hot chick who's like,
but no, it's not.
Yeah, who's like, to all the men who have been attracted to me over the years, I'm a dude, you're fucking gay, and I'm like, she's hot.
It's good to have an immunity to that, where it's like, guess what? I'm a boy. I'm like,
okay,
cool.
I don't give a shit. I'm like, hey, good on you. You're really hot. Keep it up.
Yeah. There's also a girl on TikTok that made one joke about, by the way, I'm actually a dude, as a joke, and now everyone thinks that for real, and no one believes her when she says she's not. I kind of don't believe her, because maybe she is a boy. And maybe this is all part of the joke, and it's a postmodern thing.
There was another...
Femboys are postmodernism, and they're destroying our fucking culture. The goddamn Marxists. It's like, no, if you're a boy, you have to wear pants.
And those pants have to be chapless, and they have to be assless.
It's pure ideology to say that, and so on, that a femboy is not hot. It's ideology and so on. And I'm sorry, I must say it.
Get him.
That's not a great... It's not a great Zizek impression.
Well, I couldn't tell you. But there was another one where it was like when your mom moves in with you, and it's a clearly a girl who is a smoke show girl, like doing the fake poses, like pretty much an OnlyFans in front of a camera, and somebody knocks on the door, or their mom knocks on the door, is like, David, what are you doing in there?
Drugs.
Nothing, deepest voice.
Yeah.
Nothing, Mom.
Do you know who Finster is?
No.
He insists that he's not trans, so I will have to call him he. But he does dress up like a pretty hot girl.
Cross-dressing isn't trans.
Yeah, but he's...
Something.
He's something.
Dude, just be gay. It's easy.
I don't think he's even gay. I think he just likes cross-dressing.
And then fucking girls?
And he's hot as a girl.
A lesbian.
I mean, yes, but it's a whole... He's like a streamer that does cross-dressing and calls himself Rose. That way. I mean, yeah, in the same sense that, like, hot girls give views. It's like, yeah, he's fucking...
Nice.
By the way, did you know that the singer of Greta Van Fleet is cute?
No, I'm going to go ahead and just disagree with that.
What? Look it up.
No, I've seen him. I don't.
What are you talking about?
Not my type. Too Kurt Cobain for me.
Kurt Cobain? What the fuck? No, he's not.
On the cover of the first album, he's got super fucking long hair, man.
Well, he was on SNL recently, and he's got...
Did he cut his hair?
I mean, it's not Kurt... I guess it's long, but it's like wavy.
Shoulder or longer?
And it's like a waterfall.
Like the juice coming out of my pussy.
No, I swear, I thought that Greta Van Fleet was like way older than us. He's our age.
No, yeah.
And I would.
Well, he's 30.
He's 25.
No fucking way.
I Googled it in case it was not something I should say.
They're like so talented for 25. That's horrifying. How do you get that good? In bed. You're staring pretty
I'm trying really hard to distance. It's because I'm about to do a Nicolas Cage impression, and I'm very hit or miss on those. It's like, I'm going to steal the Declaration of Independence. I'm going to fuck the lead singer of Greta Van Fleet. I'm going to steal the virginity of Josh Kisko.
And then 2.5 hours later, you've got yourself a Declaration of Independence.
You missed one of my funniest jokes ever, which is not going to be as funny out of context, but when you left the Cage-a-thon, it was, when I look back on my life, I think of all the wives that I've kissed. None of them my own. Brought the house down. But I did, it was, when I said it in the moment, I actually hit Cage perfectly, which I can never do.
Nice.
His voice is so, you know what I think
it's different every time.
But you know what the trick is? There's a little bit of surfer dude in there that you don't think is in there. There's a little bit like, bruh, I'm fucking Keanu Reeves. Like that shit, that's in there.
I'm Nick Cage.
I think of all the wives I've kissed.
I think of all the nicks I've caged. Let me tell you.
It's no easy task to inhabit another man's anus. I can't fucking do it. I can't get Cage. I'm so pissed.
My penis has been inside so many guys, you wouldn't fucking believe it.
I'm gonna fuck the Declaration.
It's hard to put that surfer guy in there.
But it's in there.
But I know it's
and
hard to
you can so easily overdo it.
It's hard to insert it. Like Nick Cage inserts his penis into other boys' assholes.
I'm Nicolas Cage, and I can't fucking that.
Bussy, bruh.
Now you're fucking
Bussy,
McConaughey.
Yeah, you know what I like about pussies? I keep getting older. They say the same level of tightness. All right.
I'm a creep, but to boys now.
You got any?
That's what I want you to. That's what you do when you're sucking it. Okay, that.
You boof any Molly today? Be a lot cooler if you did. The other thing that was on TikTok that I want to send you every time I see it is Bo Burnham. The sock puppet part of Bo Burnham is an audio that they use all the time. It's literally the property is inherently theft line. And the other one.
Bo Burnham agrees with me, motherfucker.
The entire capitalist agenda is to separate the worker from the means of production.
Yeah,
I was like, that one I get, but property is inherently. Do we have enough time? We're 50 minutes in. Holy shit.
What time is it?
We're 50 minutes in, so we can talk about how is property inherently theft? I don't.
Well, okay, so when they said that, he glossed over a little bit there, but there's a difference between personal property and private property. Private property is theft because that's owning things that you don't actually use, and that's essentially saying it's inherently theft is a little bit of a. It's a little bit, and it's a little bit of like you say that to make a point, but it's that's not exactly what it is. But basically, how the fuck are you gonna own a piece of the earth? That's weird. And to say it's yours is like, no one else gets to use this unless I say it's okay. Well, now you've just essentially robbed people of getting to use a thing without any. There's no. You should own your house. You shouldn't own other people's houses.
Yeah, I don't think theft is the word.
It's the word in a Bo Burnham song to get the point across and keep going.
And very quickly and concisely, and it's a little bit off. Yeah, no.
I mean, the concept of theft is hard to talk about when you don't believe in property.
Fair.
So, do I think stealing is okay? Well, it depends. Does stealing mean taking someone that belongs to something that belongs to someone, or does it mean taking their property? Because a shitload of people have property that doesn't belong to them.
Yeah. So it's like, so you're cool with like, that's my house. The yard is mine. But
if someone else is living in a house,
120 acres, and I use one of them.
Yeah, or maybe you have your own 120 acres, and no one's living there, that's one thing. But then if you say, I'm going to buy that thing that guy lives in, and now he has to pay me to live in it. That's fucking weird, dude.
That's not. Yeah, that is. There was a meme going around for a little while that was like, humans got it the best. We're the top predator. It's like, you're the only people who have to pay to live.
To fucking exist.
You have to, especially, and it's so apparent in big cities that you have to pay just to exist, because you can't do. There's almost nothing.
Because someone owns all of it, and they're charging you to use it.
Yeah.
That's fucking private property. So goddamn weird. People think it's normal, and they think it's a fucking human right. But to the degree that like people are dying because they don't have access to things, but you think it would be worse if they got access to those things because there's a piece of paper that says Jeff owns it, and Jeff said the guy can't have it unless he pays him.
Yeah,
that's fucking weird. We shouldn't be letting that happen.
Just give homeless people houses. Just fucking do it, dude. I don't even care what house.
Yeah, it's.
I think
here's how I explain this. By the way,
would be the best way to do it. So if you're like, I don't really like my house, then it's like, okay, you can sign this thing, and then you can move to a slightly nicer. You pay $1,200 in rent now. You can now move up to a place that's $1,500 in rent, and the government will cover the rest. Well, the rent thing wouldn't. Whatever. Basically.
No, you shouldn't be having the government. That's why are we giving the fucking landlords money?
Your house.
Well, that would be cool. That wouldn't be a terrible idea. That's like liberal reform to capitalism, which will always fail because liberals cannot withstand the reaction of capital, which is called fascism.
Well, also that was my settlement. So I would just say give homeless people stuff, but Republicans would push that back to. Everybody gets nicer stuff, and homeless people get the now worse stuff, but still better than what they have. But Democrats make the mistake of going in to the argument with their
dream
compromise.
Is to compromise.
Yeah, they start with the compromise and then get talked down.
It's like
shoot high and lose it.
Social democracy, like using the government to make capitalism less evil is a half measure that will always eventually fail, and Democrats even suck at that. Here's, by the way, if the property thing was weird to you, here's a little thought experiment. If I say, meet me at my apartment, and then you come in and someone else lives there, it's someone else's home, but it's my building, I own the building. It was pretty fucking weird to me to call it my apartment, right?
Yeah.
So clearly your stuff is different from what private property means.
Yeah.
Because it's my apartment. I don't own the building. I don't own it, though.
Yeah.
And yet it's clearly mine, and everyone understands what I mean when I say my apartment.
Yeah.
So clearly, things belonging to people and private property are two different things.
Yeah.
And one of them's bad, and it's private property.
Fuck you.
Your fiance is sucking the blood of the... I don't know.
I'm going to do it, too.
I don't know if her family's probably fine. I mean, the fact that landlording is a thing, that rent-seeking is a thing, is bad. But, I mean, you can do... that. But if you're doing it, you can do it like not a piece of shit.
Yeah, no,
I will kill you if you evict someone.
No, they put so much money into renovating constantly this place. And the maintenance man is around all the fucking time. It's pretty good.
If you evict anyone, I will kill you. I will teach your children to hate you if you ever evict anyone.
I'll send their rent your way.
I would prefer that you do that instead of evict them.
That's what I'll do.
Because holy goddamn, dude. I seriously, like, fucking during COVID, it was like, gosh,
that's a wild
dragging people out of their homes onto the streets in winter.
Oh, yeah. No.
And if we didn't do that, we would be essentially enslaving landlords. It's like, no.
No, they were worried about COVID here because they're like, people aren't going to pay. And I was like, yeah, what are you going to do about it? And they're like, nothing. I mean, they're not going to pay. I'm like, you're not, like, I was doing a reality check with them. Like, you're not going to evict anybody? And they're like, we're not monsters.
Yeah, that'd be incredibly shitty.
And they're like, no, it's fucking COVID.
By the way,
that sucks for us. We're eating that. And I'm like, yeah, that does suck.
That's good, though.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, if any landlord says shit like, well, I count on that to pay the mortgage, sounds like someone else is paying your mortgage. Sounds like you should get a real fucking job.
Well, that's because they are. It's an awesome little loophole you got there going on. Might as well take
it cracks me up. So people say, like, it's like a hack in real estate. You can get your mortgage basically paid for free by being a landlord.
If you're a white
you could
landowner.
be a fucking... Yeah,
and it's
you
only
could
if you
profit
have
off of people's basic needs. That's not a hack. That's just you sacrificing some of your humanity to get some shit. It's not.
And I'm all for it.
I swear, every time I see on TikTok, it's like, money hack. Be a landlord. Be a rent seeker. It's not a fucking hack. It's just. It's very simple. Exploiting people is not a new fucking idea. And all this, capitalism leads to innovation. Uber is innovating things. No, they're fucking workers. That's not new.
That's always been around. Yeah, well, ever since we've just been straight up allowing corporations to walk into the government and write laws, it's really gone downhill for some reason. Because they've innovated a way to just buy the government. So many things. Stunning that it's still legal. Lobbying. How is that legal?
It's not stunning to me.
Oh,
it's not stunning if you fucking understand goddamn materialism.
No, it's a blatant. It's like, how can anybody
It should be stunning
support...
because people think that what we have is a just government. You should be stunned by the fact that lobbying is legal, and then you should immediately stop being stunned by that and realize our government is not democratic, and stop being fucking surprised when it does shitty things.
Yeah.
Because it's shitty.
It's shocking how many people still support it, though. How many people are like, yeah, I'm Republican. And I'm like, I get it
or
if you
fucking
don't
Democrat.
You
fucking people support it, too.
I get it if you don't want to be...
want to put a sticker on it.
I get it if you don't want to be Democratic because they suck also, but that doesn't mean Republican's the answer for you, buddy.
No, obviously not.
Also, it definitely doesn't mean Libertarian's the answer for you. I'm going to say that louder than I said anything else in this podcast.
Libertarians are either idiots or Nazis.
Yeah.
It's either Nazis putting on a better face or they're just a fucking idiot that doesn't understand how power works.
I've heard that there's one good one on Legion of Sakes that's very, very well knowledged in it, but that's it.
Well knowledged. I
didn't say I was well knowledged.
He may be well versed in libertarian arguments. Those arguments are all very stupid. Remember, I mean, here, you know what libertarians are? Gary Johnson got booed when he said people should have to get a driver's license.
That's dumb.
That was Gary Johnson was their normalist guy, and they're mad at him for driver's licenses.
That's fucking so stupid. You got to pass a test to drive a death car. It's literally just a murder machine.
Well, as one of them said, what's next? Having the government have to license you to make toast in your own damn toaster?
What?
That's what one of them said to that question. Libertarians are
real dumb.
I mean, I understand the ethos behind it of we should leave each other alone and not fuck with each other. Sure. But they have no understanding of how power works or how to attack power or build power or where any of it comes from. And by the way, I know that this will be frustrating to many of you to understand this fact.
Spreading your cum all over a record?
What I do is I like to, instead of issuing driver's license, what the government should do is it should issue my cum. Now, this will be frustrating to many people to hear. Your actions affect other people. And their actions affect you, and you can't stop that from happening. What is she eating?
Something she can eat.
Oh, good. Eat that, dog. That's what's stupid about libertarianism is they think
that dogs eat stuff.
You guys gotta understand dogs eat stuff, okay, Gary? It's like, no, I've never seen a dog eat. I've seen them chew things, but I'm not sure if they're swallowing. I think if you look at it scientifically, and you have to look at these things logically, they may just be pulverizing it and then breathing out the dust.
They've got a food bone in their skull that makes so they don't have to eat. He's one slip up away from that. Jordan Peterson and a few of these libertarians, just one slip up of being like, well, look at him, he's a criminal. Whoa!
They're close to that. Yeah, they're close to that. I mean, do you remember when Jim
What
Jeffrey...
if he does that and he's like, oh, Freudian slip. Anyways, no, you don't realize what you just said.
Jim Jeffries interviewed him, and Jordan Peterson was like, I don't think the government should force you to make cakes for gay people. I don't have a problem with it. He clearly does. I don't have a problem with it, but the government shouldn't force you. And Jim Jeffries was like, what about the civil rights movement? Where they made businesses let black people in? Was that bad? And he was like, oh, maybe I was wrong about that.
Anybody. So Jordan Peterson goes up against people in debates. It is very fun to watch his debates because when he goes up against somebody who's like not an experienced debater, I wouldn't even say not intelligent, just like not.
I mean, the Ben Shapiro trick of just yell at a 20-year-old with blue hair.
Yeah,
and I've destroyed communism.
Yeah, no. Okay, but if Jordan Peterson and me had a debate, he'd fucking destroy me. My idea.
No, he wouldn't, because you would just go, "You're a fucking lobster, bitch," and do a voice, and he
that
would.
Is what I
and
would
he would
have.
Fucking cry.
That is what I would have. But I've seen him go against people who is like, because he'll go against people essentially who just don't debate. Because
don't know how to do it.
Because it's like they might have all the right answers and the correct thoughts and all that shit, but they just don't know how to debate. That's a skill in and of itself.
It's a stupid skill, but
it is a skill.
Yeah.
So then he'll go up against somebody who does know how to debate, and they're like, "No, I was president of the debate team. Let's do this." And then there was one where he just got fucking shreked.
I mean,
he got
the Zizek one. Zizek pretty much wiped the floor with him.
Him against socialists.
Yeah, Zizek is a Marxist philosopher. The one that talks like this and always is
just wiped the floor with him?
Snorting and so on, and each ideology. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. I didn't watch it because I'm really working on being normal, like the type of person that someone would have sex with, and that type of person does not watch that debate. But I believe that happened.
Shut up.
Knife Dwarf is calling. Jordan Peterson's fun because he goes so like, well, it's just logical, and you have to think about it logically. So it's really easy to turn him around and do shit like, okay, do you think the civil rights movement was bad then? Like, is the Civil Rights Act a bad thing then?
Yeah.
When an actual Republicans, so not dipshit libertarians, people that know how to build power, they don't say that shit. They say like, they're coming to take your guns. Your son's got blue hair, and that's communism. They're gonna fuck your daughter.
Because there's no way to say, well, that didn't happen.
You can't undo that logic. You got to get at the.
There's no way to get out of that logic because it's just a baseless claim. So you have nothing.
But they're baseless claims which reach into the hoggish minds of the people of this country and twist their little pigtails.
Oh, I was aggressively Republican until I was like 17 or 18.
I think I used to be Republican.
Yeah, because it's in the default setting for Americans is Republican. It's what they teach in school,
and it's mostly a fucking cultural thing.
Yeah,
at this point.
That too. It's cultural. It's a lot of things.
That's why people like us are important, because we are stupid fat white men.
Yeah.
That don't think that black people having rights mean that my daughter's gonna get fucked.
Yeah, really, it's ridiculous. It's like, well, you're letting all these people who went to jail for weed when weed was illegal, you're going to let them out? First of all, they're not letting them out. Which is ridiculous.
That's the other thing is they're so fucking worried about what Democrats are going to do. Don't worry. Democrats have never done a decent thing.
They're not going to do anything. Well,
the last good thing a Democrat did was when Kennedy got shot. Dying was great.
Joe is getting closer and closer to canceling student debt. I think he's going to do it at the end of his term.
Joe is, and this is an absolute indictment of every other president. Joe Biden is one of the better presidents we've had. Huge piece of shit. Still doing, the shit presidents do, but he's been okay.
He's been canceling, like, the obvious student loans recently. So he's like, okay, if you fucking died and your parents co-signed on your loan, they don't have to pay the fucking
He still wants to starve the people of Cuba to prove that capitalism's good, but,
Yeah, but steps in the right direction.
Step in the right direction.
It's fucking too little too late by textbook definition. But
that's all liberals. That is the only thing a liberal can do is too little too late.
Well, let's compromise. No, because we've been doing that for fucking ever. So it's time now. We need radical change to do anything productive. And they're like, well, let's meet in the middle here. And it's like, you know how Republicans aren't meeting you in the middle at all on anything? Yeah, you got to go the opposite way on that. You can't reason your way out of that.
There's a game called Secret Hitler.
What?
Where it's like a party game where some people are fascists and some people are liberals, and the whole thing of the game is like it's hard to break through as a liberal. It's hard to do these things because fascists lie about it and they cheat and they don't play by the rules of liberal democracy. And the game is like, and so it teaches you that it's hard to be a liberal, but we have to do it. And every time I play that game, I'm going insane because I'm like, why are there rules? It's not a fucking game. It's not a fucking game. It's a fucking fight. You might have to kill people. You will have to do some violence. It's not all just like, well, I will put the country in front of my party. No, fuck the country. If your party's not better than the country, what the fuck is the point of it?
Exactly. Get your shit together, America. I know you won't, but it's fun to say Night Dwarf.
Night Dwarf. I think that we should put him in Jeff Bezos' house. When I was very drunk last night, I came up with...
Because how long till he finds him? Jeff Bezos' house is probably big enough.
He's in space right now.
What?
Jeff Bezos is in space right now.
No fucking way.
Yeah.
No.
I don't know why we're letting him come back.
No fucking way. Jeff Bezos is in space right now.
I think he is. I think today was the day he was going.
I'd be so mad.
But by the way, there was a petition for don't let Jeff Bezos come back from space. So he was like, I'm going to bring like an 18-year-old that loves science with me, so you'd have to kill him too. By the way, an 18-year-old that loves science, I'd be a martyr.
Be a martyr for the cause, yeah.
Find some wires, start ripping.
What if he just shoots a tweet back, like, after spending 5 minutes with Jeff, I'm willing to die.
Decided we both need to die.
Because that's the one thing that he can't escape is the death tax.
I'm 100% serious in Minecraft that Jeff Bezos, it wouldn't fix anything if he died. It would be very good if his spaceship exploded on re-entry.
It would be nice.
That would make me laugh a lot. Which is, there's a thing that people like when Rumsfeld just died.
I hope that he accidentally lands over Israel and the Global Defense Network.
The fucking Iron Dome.
The Iron Dome just
fucking domes him.
His ass. Domes him, nice.
They were like, when Rumsfeld died, everybody was like, yay! And then everyone was like, why are you happy? He lived to be 80 after vaporizing many Iraqi civilians and died with his family around him. It's not cool that happened, but it is fun to be like, when everyone's like, well, we've lost an American icon. It's funny to be like, no, it's cool that he's dead and he's in hell now. It's not cool that he lived as long as he did or died in the manner he did. He should have been killed by like a Raytheon missile or something. But it's still funny that he's dead.
You got Tony Stark, but he doesn't have the intelligence to survive. So he just dies.
It is... Fucking Marvel movies are propaganda.
Oh, they are. Totally. But they're still fun to watch.
They're fun to watch. Yeah, no,
exactly. Just don't be stupid about it.
Death Wish is a cool movie. It's insanely right-wing and rabid, but it's a good movie. That's the weird thing is that right-wingers do make good art a lot of the time.
They made one good comedy ever, and it was Last Man Standing. And then other than that, they've got a few things.
It just drives me insane. We're like, there's communist propaganda. They don't let American movies into Cuba. Yeah, American movies are like funded by the Department of Defense.
So Cuba's like, no, what? Are you retarded?
Yeah, it's like, no, we're not going to let them watch it.
Anything that has a military vehicle in it has massive military funding behind it.
Yeah.
So there's not. That's why it's so. I mean, there are movies about like, look how bad war is, from World War II.
Or it's like, look how bad war is for us. Our soldiers are sad. They got PTSD from lighting all those Vietnamese people on fire.
Yeah, I mean,
Which,
how do you
yeah,
get
it
by?
is fucked up to make the young people of your country do that. It's more fucked up to do it at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so mad.
Let's end on that happy
I'm
note.
so mad.
Because we still have time to go record shopping, maybe.
Okay.
Or are you going to die if we do that?
Well,
We'll figure it out.
gonna call my
on the
therapist.
podcast.
No, let's
bye.
go record.
Bye. So now there's
Kill
a
your
plug.
masters.
Okay. Bye.